Today we have with us another young Indian in the Voice of the Young series. Hello everyone, good to be with you once again. Today we have with us Prasannaa Andavan, who is in Chennai, an aspiring economist. Over to you, Prasannaa.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to whoever watches this, the audience. Because whatever we do, we need audience to watch that. So we are like the most precious people listening to this, and yeah. So I just want to start my story. Like I want to connect with connect with the point I am here, what I want to do now, and where I imagine myself to be in 5 or 10 years. To what happened to me like 10 or 15 years back and what I wanted then. I want to just connect to the past so that we can think about how it led to the present and then how I aspire to be in the future. So it was in my, I don't think it is much related to the academics part, but still it's part of my life which led to, which had a greater impact. It was in my fourth standard, I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I had been I have been meeting my psychiatrist and psychologist ever since, and I have to take the tablets required, the lithium tablet, almost every day. So being having bipolar as part of your daily life isn't that easy because taking it affected my academics really bad. I was very I was very enthusiastic and I wanted to learn everything uh, on hand and everything. I was really not a dimwit or something, but my parents supported me so much during the early years. So till my fourth grade, we were not aware that I was having this because they used to teach me. I will repeat it and I will reciprocate. I will give it away in the exam and it's done. But when it started to get a bit rigorous in the academics, we know in India we take academics too seriously and silent all the other extracurriculars. So that's what happened in my case also. Even in the fourth grade, there was academic pressure. There was one guy who is doing the math calculations very quick, and you are like just thinking how to do it. Then you will be name called. You will be not included in the class. The maths classes and the exams are the nightmare for me. They used to be like just a dark box, nothing, the no sound or silence. It's just a white noise going
Okay.
through the exams. Yeah,
Black noise. White noise is good. You are talking
yeah, yeah. It is the
dark
black noise.
noise.
Dark noise. It was very hard for me to get through this because at that point of time during those early years, my parents didn't want me to tell this to other people. So only my family knew about this, that I have this mental illness. So others just knew that Prasanna is getting very hyped at this point, and Prasanna is getting very low at the second half of this year. So
Yeah.
he's just we can't trust Prasanna in things. We can't rely on things for Prasanna. There was, I can't remember a constant companion or friend for me through all these high school, all these years of schooling till I got over with it. And still, I made it will be like at only at the last 3 months or 4 months, I get to my senses that I have to study. I went to tuitions. Seriously mugged up. I used mnemonics. I used all the study techniques, and I scored away well enough in my 10th so that I can choose my stream which I wanted. I wanted to choose commerce because it was because my mother, when I was feeling very depressed, my mother told me the story of Jack Ma. She found it in a regional Tamil newspaper. They had his comics coming through. What she said was Jack Ma was a very young boy and he had to sell newspapers or some things to the tourists and had to learn languages from them. And he thought English was he understood the power of English and he wanted to learn English. So he applied all the big universities. He didn't even think of whether he will get through or not. He applied for all the odd jobs and he was rejected. KFC came to China and he was rejected even in that. So getting to know about him, and after that, it sparked me some interest in entrepreneurship and the world of business. How people, and mainly in the social entrepreneurship field, how people think not for themselves but for the society. They create a income generative model that helps for the society and it gets on going. But it's their thing, it's their brainchild. So reading about him, Alibaba, and then Sudha Murthy, the co-founder of Infosys, in her short stories, all these reading about these entrepreneurship things. My mother told me, if you now start thinking like an entrepreneur, you start thinking about your own problems and you just solve it through. So it had been always like that. And after my 10th, I thought I will study something which is not abstract, which will have a bit of bits and pieces of everything, so that I can know something about everything and connect the dots.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to apply. I wanted to apply neither to arts or commerce. I wanted to humanities in my 11th and 12th. But in India itself, in South India itself, I don't know, there are many schools where they provide humanities at school level. Our school didn't have one, so it was a bit hard to change schools. The fee structures and everything, it was hard on my father, so we didn't change. I had to do with the commerce. Still, I found commerce interesting. It was still not abstract. It had many stories. We had business studies, we had math, we had accountancy, and it was really interesting to go through these things, because I had a very good few tuition teachers, and who uh, gave me who found me interest in accounts, little bit of technical maths. Because till then I thought that I was not good at technical stuff. I was only good at creative writing, story writing. I'm a very imaginative person.
Okay.
But I thought I was grooming up, and I was getting a combination of everything. So at least after school, I thought I will not do something abstract. I will do something which had bits and pieces of everything. I thought I will do an integrated humanities course, which was offered by IIT Madras. So again, COVID hit, and my grandfather died at the time, and my father and mother were both serious in and hospitalized due to COVID. So it was at the point of time when that exam appeared. So it is not that I was not able to read through the syllabus or give the exam. I wasn't able to get away from my bed at that point of time. Being I was only surrounded by my relatives. I have never been like that. Put up in a situation where your life of my father and mother is at stake, and my one beloved person with whom, if not for COVID, I would not have stayed in my native place for more than 2 months or 3 months. But because of COVID, we were there for 4 months. We were bonding well. Everyone was enjoying the moment, even in COVID. But when the depressing thing hit me, it was just a combination of everything that strikes you, and you can't just move your legs. So I paid for the exam fees and everything, but I couldn't write the exam. So obviously I couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
Then I thought at least I should move away totally from academics and do something, try my hands at something which is very practical, and which can touch humans' life, like being a cook or hotel management, event management, or something. But all these ideas were just put down by everybody whom I proposed these ideas. They were like, you are doing good in academics. Why do you diverse your change your path and do these things?
Okay.
It is always like that. So by I was like, then I thought, I asked every one of my friend in the class, and most of 9 out of 10, the person's answer was they were going to do chartered accountancy after accounts. It was a very common choice, and that feared me most, because it's very common, everyone is taking it. So, and the thing is, the started accountancy classes in South India, in Chennai, it is like, it is separate institution. Just don't go to a building where they have extracurriculars, intraculturals, they have professors and things. It is like it's already entering into a job field. It will be, you will be practicing. I personally didn't want that for myself. I just wanted to explore more opportunities, meet more people in contact, make handshakes, make proper smiles with them, learn from them. So I just didn't want to them. So again, with some of my relatives' guidance, he just like brainwashed, like CA is the best, CA is the thing. In CA you can earn money and everything. He used all those words, and I didn't have any other chance, because the mark sheets were also not given at that point of time. So I just we just feel I made up my mind. Okay, this is my thing. maybe I will be a creative CA. Maybe I will be a CA who sings and dances in his office. So yeah, so we paid the 10,000 for the books and fees. The books came, and I was like going through these, and to my surprise, the mark sheet came, and the 12th mark sheet was marked based on the 10th mark. So I had a good percentage in my 10th. So it was very reflective on the 12th also. So I had so after getting seeing those good marks on my mark sheet, I had some confidence so that I convinced my parents to apply to almost every college in the Chennai so that I get to go to a college, not an institution or building of where they teach CA and things. So I was applying every college, but I didn't know there was a college called Madras Christian College. Nobody from my family or even distant connections studied that. Even I was not aware of it. But one of my my father's uh, close friend told that there's a college called Madras Christian College. You can try applying that. I was only applying for BCom, Bachelor of Commerce, and all the other colleges. He told me about that. There was economics only left or something. So I applied economics, and I told him I applied economics, and there was some gut intuition that I will get economics. It was there in my mind. I didn't have that for any other college. So the same way, after 2 or 3 days, I got through the admission process, and I got a seat at Madras Christian College. Uh, so it was like it wasn't planned. It wasn't the planned choice, but I felt it was good for me because I have heard one thing that there is always a comparison between Loyola College and Madras Christian College in Chennai. So one of my friend whose father is a writer, he told that he asked, he joined his son in Loyola College, and the next day he was crying at his feet while he was sleeping. And to his senses, when he woke up and saw his son crying, his son told, I always wanted to do it in the Madras Christian College. The writer father asked why. He said, have you seen the trees in the Loyola College? They are all straight. They are all made to grow straight. But see it in the Madras Christian College, they all are in the unique base. They have the branches in the unique ways. They are wild. I want to be a part of that. So hearing this in an interview, and I read through Quora, YouTube about Madras Christian College and everything, and I was convinced that it was a good choice for me. And then getting into MCC, the first year was I I used all the opportunities that came up my way. I joined a play. It was called as Kabada Nadagam. It is the tale of hypocrisy. It was based on the women's harassment and everything. So we had to do a play with them, combining with an English department professor. So I met people from Viscom, Visual Communication Department, English Department, Bachelor of Social Work Department, and not only about the being part of the play made me more sensitive to women's issues and the feminist movement and rights, and also coming together of different fields, we tend to share more things of what we learn in our fields. So I came to know, okay, this is what they do in BSW, this is what they do in Viscom, this is what they do in English. These are all my potential options before, perspectives before, but I was landed up in economics. But then joining a part of the Scale Rush Economic Club, which I found through online, them I found them seeing celebrating the pluralism and inclusiveness. It was like very emotional to me because I felt in economics we are doing mostly the major part is maths, or at least it is sure to be like that. Everything for every theory or something, you will have 2 pages of mathematics, which is very scary for me. So I had to mug up through this, but once I joined and I attended the Kane Rush Economics Festival 2022 last year, and hearing through all the speeches and the perspective shared by them, I was like, okay, everything is interconnected. Not there is no one field which is not connected by the other. And economics is a wide spectrum of subjects and fields. It's not just mathematics and technical stuff. You are using these mathematics and technical stuff to prove something which is borrowed from other field, or that is what was my understanding back then. So, and in the second year, with guidance of our professor Arun Koshi, we did an exhibition on John Maynard Keynes.
Yes.
So we read through his life. We had he shared us with snippets of his life from the books, the research articles, everything. Going through everything, and I understood that he was a very multifaceted personality like me. He was not just an economist.
No.
No, he was not just an economist.
No.
He was a bunch. He was bunch of many other things, and he still excelled as an economist. And we still quote him and we talk about him.
Yes.
Himself has told that an economist should be a psychologist, historian, a mathematician. He has quoted that and everything. So it was very inspiring for me to be part of that thing, because we witnessed many. It was only 70 of us working on that, and we witnessed everyone being inclusive in it, a part of it, contributing something, learning about his life in a very enthusiastic way. It would not have been done if it were only taught in the class, just like theoretically, or just with. After learning about his life.
Okay, wait 1 second. Let me stop you. You said in high school, people could not rely on you because you will be up and you will be down as bipolar. I know bipolar, so let's not talk about bipolar much. But now it seemed they could depend on you in college because you are putting this thing with others, and you finally found people like you. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Recently, I even shared with one of my friend that I have bipolar. It was very relaxing and free for me to share this sensitive information with at least someone reliable to me.
Yeah.
Because with the same friend, when he was donating blood, he donated the blood and they gave this juice and biscuit and everything. He was a very sincere person. Right away after giving the blood, he took on his bag and he started. He started to stand and he fell down right away with the bag. And he went unconscious and he couldn't breathe for a moment. But since I also went unconscious before in my life. I had gone through this. There was no one noticing me. So I could call a nurse up there from somewhere. She was working in something. She came and they aided him. So I thought these are information that has to be shared. That has to be shared with at least some of us who are with us always, because that can come handy at very emergency times. So I shared with him, and then I felt free to share with a few of my close friends. So after telling them, I could delegate my responsibilities, or when I'm thinking of a very big thing, it's not only on me now. I can just share it to them so that when I am down, they can carry it on.
Wonderful.
That's how it's going.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful because you have your strength and you have your weakness. And when people know it, they can have you as a person in a team, because then they know what's happening. So actually in a team, people should know who you are, right? People should know what you can do and what you may not be able to do. I think it's very important, and you have done a great job, I must say. I have not heard such a great story of a person with bipolar as I'm hearing from you. So congratulations, you have really done it. Okay. Are you frozen by any chance, or are you still on? I can't hear you. Let me put, okay. Okay, you vanished, but never mind. It's okay. Some glitches are there. What I was saying is that you have done a really good job, and you and your family have come out of it in the sense that you are achieving so much, and you have broadened your circle of friends and acquaintances and team, and it's very, very commendable. It's very commendable what you have achieved. And here you are sitting talking to me. That itself requires something.
Yeah.
And for a young person, it's quite a bit. I'm your grandfather's age probably, so it's quite an effort for a person. So I congratulate you very much, and let's go ahead. Whatever you want to say, let's go ahead.
Yeah. seeing all this, we recently started clubs in our college. We wanted students to be not only thinking that academics is the only scope and making themselves sad or something. So we started with this 7 p.m. clubs so that we have online meetings on every day of the week. So one day it will be theater club. We will talk. For now, we started it online so that we can take it to offline when it gathers some audience or uh, truly honest people who stick on to it through. So we have theater club, we have creative writing club, we have a reading club. This reading club was
So what platform are you using? What software are you using for these meetings?
We are using Google Meet.
And that's free?
We just hold for 40 minutes or something for now. So for now, it's convenient to use.
Yeah, you're using 40 minutes and then reboot, okay?
But here we have the meetings only for just 40 minutes or something.
Okay, because
Just-
that's, yeah,
Yeah.
good, very clever. Very clever.
Yeah,
Okay.
when it becomes bigger, we are planning to work on the monetary things. For
Okay.
now, we have this online meetings going on. So I am running a club called Theatre Club. It is called as Humans of Theatre. It will be not only about entertainment or putting up a show, but rather we will share our stories. We will make scripts out of our lives, and we will touch on the points which we feel have to be touched. Like there are several issues going on: feminism, LGBTQ rights, and other caste issues and everything. So we want to touch upon all these taboo topics and sensitive topics, at least in an implicit way through our plays, so that it can reach a wider audience and communicate the message through the plays.
Let's talk about some of those issues that you are dealing with. I don't want to give my opinion. I want to hear what you people are doing on these issues.
We just had, it was all initiated just recently in the first week of this month as an academic year.
How
So
do
we
you
haven't
choose
pulled-
how do you choose your issues? How do you choose your issues?
So we are choosing the issues which we see are most prevalent, which we can just see happening around us, just like the status quo, the division between the rich and the poor. For me, it's I get very emotional seeing a few things around me. It really touches my nerves. Just like I have to walk through a railway station to reach my college. Through the railway station, I see many people who are affected by different kind of diseases. They get to beg, or there are a few people who are starving. And there was one incident where a guy was fully skinny and he was like falling at my feet without eating. He must haven't had food for at least 1 week or so. There are people who are in need, and there are also equally people who can help if they can get together, and if there is connect between people who are in need and who can afford to help, the problem can be solved to some extent. That's what I feel. And again, the problems that which we see in the news and covered everywhere are the problems that are being highlighted by the people who are privileged enough to highlight that and talk on that. But these are the problems at the grassroots level where they don't have the strength to showcase their problem or the power or the heaviness of their problem. Just like uh, they don't have the clothes to wear, they don't have the food to eat, the basic needs they can't meet.
Okay.
But we are here more concerned talking about the petrol price rises, inflation. Everything affects each other, but also these has to be spoken about and talked so that there is some conclusion reached. There should be some. I feel that there should be some discussion going on throughout. Then only we will reach a solution by now, or at least sometime after.
Okay. I'm very impressed. It's a great effort that you and your friends are making, and it's really commendable. But let's continue. You have some more to talk about. Let's hear you.
Yeah. In our college, we have an innovation park. It was introduced by our new principal, Paul Wilson. It is funded by MRF. So it's called as MCC MRF Innovation Park. So here we have startup incubation centers and startup boot camps where people in the startup industry and the angel investors, they all meet up together and they talk. And there are the infrastructure is really too good. They have 3D printers there. They have, it was very amusing for me to once enter in it. It was like going into a Hollywood animation movie, sci-fi animation movie, and touching all those things, touch that way, touch this, touch that, everything. And the people are also equally amusing. They have their own problems and they want to give solutions to it. They work towards it. Straight away after the attending the college from 8:30 to 1:30, at 2 p.m. they are here to solve the problems which they want to solve. Just after a half an hour break, they are here solving with mentally with their own issues. And there are people who can guide us. They are actually guiding us in the right way. So, and also people from different fields come together and work. So that is knowledge sharing. So I was interested in equally interested in science after my 10th grade, but I didn't take that because my sister was preparing for JEE and NEET at the same time. So she had this huge pillow-sized books everywhere. So it really threatened me out. So I didn't want to take science after the 11th, so that they will make me move in some other coaching class or something. So I just didn't do that. But I was fascinated by physics and chemistry to a certain extent when it was taught to me at my 10th grade itself. So now I am working in thermodynamics and uh, the fields that are related to magnetic force and with electricity, because I'm really interested in magnets. I started collecting magnets after the 10th standard from the second what to say, the second use shops, the old shops where they have these collect these upcycling and recycling places where they collect these ions, magnets, and everything. So I had all these magnets. Even in for my 12th standard business studies project, no, for economics project, I wanted to do, my favorite subject was rural livelihood in economic development. So I wanted to create a community radio for our school. But at the time, it was the technical needs was not achievable. It was not feasible for me to do that thing at that time. So when I have all the power to do, and I have connections and I have some parents to give some money to do all these few things and experiments, it really excites me to try all these physics experiments and everything. So I feel that my recent discovery is that I have even done a research paper on it. I published the abstract in Andavan Government Arts College in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. It's called as there was a magnet called magnetron. It was initially discovered for defense purposes in Second World War. After that, now it is used in the household microwave ovens, heaters, and everything. What it does is simply, to put it simply, it just reacts with the water molecules and does something. So by chance, I had to meet a person who works only with this magnetrons. A normal person who runs a shop, he repairs the microwave ovens. He has this magnetrons fully. So when I asked him for one, he just gave me away one. So I'm just experimenting with whether it can improve the agriculture uh, by going through reacting with the water molecules in the sand surface, or just it can increase the possibilities of rain by reacting with the water molecules in the everywhere, like evaporation, condensation, and rain. So I'm relatively more interested and inclined to learning this way, where I can touch and feel things rather than just hearing them as stories or something.
Yeah. I understand. You want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. It's a really good story. Your life's journey is really very inspiring, I should say. You were inspired by Jack Ma, but I hope other young people are inspired by you, because you have kept yourself going, and you are interested in theater club, and you're interested in science, and you are obviously interested in economics. So it's great. I'm really happy that we have such young people all over India. Anything else you want to
That's
add?
true.
You want to add something more? You have some other things to say?
No, I think it's pretty enough. I have said so much. I have
No.
expressed many things. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
go
I
ahead.
feel I want to tell the youth and the upcoming youth it's you are not who you are, but you are who you want to be.
Ah,
You can be whatever you want.
yeah,
So it's not just you are limited or constrained with your things.
yeah.
If you have a problem, you can just start away with it, working
Okay.
on it. Yeah.
But you had said you are going to talk about your future 5, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So
From,
can you talk about it?
I want to do it social work basically. I thought I will do MSW, a Master of Social Work in Tata Institute of Social Sciences, or either in my college itself, Madras Christian College. But I later thought that the 3 years of my undergrad was not enough for me to explore what's in economics and what's the power of it and what it can do. So I thought I will continue my journey in the economics itself, wherever it would take me, and also participate in all these humanitarian social works, because doing an MA or PhD in economics won't stop me from doing all these extracurricular works. That's what I believe. So I want to, yeah, I want to broaden my knowledge and meet more people who are in economics and into economics.
Okay. It's wonderful. I think we'll catch up with you 1 year from now and see
Sure.
where
Yeah.
you are, what your thinking is, how you have dealt with it. Because now, in the past you were affected by the COVID and your
Yeah.
family was
True.
very badly hit by the COVID, but you have come out of that era and now, you're in your third year of college, which is really a possibility of you are more mature, you are senior. So we'll see 1 year from now what you are
Yeah,
thinking,
sure.
what you have done, and hope to see you then. Okay. Anything else you want to add?
I'm also interested in joining, if possible, this Young India Fellowship course offered by Ashoka University. Their
Yeah.
coursework and their videos they post on LinkedIn and Instagram, it's really interesting to see the diversity of the subjects.
Yeah.
There are the foreign professors teaching you Shakespeare, and suddenly you learn something about physics. And also the people there are from different career paths. They work at some MNCs for 2 or 3 years and jump into this liberal arts studies.
Yeah.
So if I had a chance, I will try that. I will try my
Yeah.
chance at liberal arts studies.
I think it's tough to get it. It's very competitive, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
They're very selective.
Yeah, they're very selective. Okay. Anyway, let's end this now and
Sure,
we'll
sir.
see if we can get back to you 1 year from now. In the meantime,
Sure, sir.
let's say bye. I'll be back
Thank you, sir.
with another young person or an expert. Till then, bye bye. Bye bye. Okay.